The car is rushing at the speed of a storm on the sunny highway at night. Light music and the beauty of the night. Suddenly, a man is seen standing on the side of the dark road. He raises his hand and points at you, asking you to stop the car. There are strangers on the sunny road at night, so you continue without stopping the car. But the strange thing is that after a while, you see that man again, who is still looking at you and waving his hand in the same way. Have you ever had such an experience? Who was that mysterious man? Who was that passenger? Today, I am bringing you the story of a recently released movie named Passenger. At the beginning of the story, we are shown a prayer of Saint Christopher. Christopher is a Christian saint who is originally called the protector of travelers, or the patron saint of travelers. His job was to help travelers cross a dangerous and rough river. One day, when a small child asked him for help crossing the river, Christopher lifted him on. His shoulders. But as soon as he reached the middle of the river, the child's weight started to increase strangely. At one point, he felt as if he was carrying the weight of the entire world on his shoulders. Despite the strong current and danger, he did not give up. He reached the child safely to the other side with inhuman difficulty. Later, he learned that the child was none other than Jesus Christ himself. Since Christopher himself had saved God from danger and helped him cross the road, people have believed since ancient times that if they pray to Saint Christopher before setting off on any inaccessible or unknown road, he protects the travelers from all dangers, accidents, and evil forces, and safely delivers them to their destination. For this reason, travelers carry his locket or pray to him before starting a long or dangerous journey. Then we see two friends, Daniel and Lucas, driving a car on a dark, deserted road. Sitting in front of the car, Lucas falls asleep for a long time. And Daniel is bored, so Daniel starts making fun of the sleeping Lucas by scaring him. Lucas's bad habit is to drink water all the time. On top of that, he is pre-diabetic. So when Daniel woke up and saw him emptying the bottle, he realized that he would ask him to stop the car after a to get some rest. And that was it. He ran into the forest with 2 minutes of time from Daniel. He had just unzipped it and was ready. That's when he heard Daniel honking. If you rush him so much, these things happen. When Lucas returned, annoyed, he saw that all the doors of the car were open. So the car horn was honking for security reasons. But the thing is, Daniel is not in the car. Where did the boy go so late at night? Lucas called a lot, but he didn't care. While closing the doors, we saw that there were 3 nail scratches on the front of the car, which of course Lucas didn't notice. When he sat in the car and called Daniel's number, he found that the phone had been left in the car. What could he do now? While thinking, he suddenly came across the windshield of the car. Daniel's bloody body. He was about to try to say something. Then an invisible force pulled Daniel and threw him onto the road. Seeing his friend's condition, Lucas ran away. But by then, there was no life in the body. When he ran to the car in fear, he saw a huge man standing in front of a big tree. In the forest. Seeing him, Lucas was about to start the car in fear. Then, with the blink of an eye, the man came right in front of the car. Lucas, terrified, somehow escaped from the scene. But after a while, he saw the man standing on the side of the road again. Lucas thought he had made a mistake and increased the speed of the car. But after a while, the same scene happened again. And then we were introduced to the 2 main characters of the movie, Maddie and Tyler. This happy couple will sell their apartment today and set up a new home. That is, they have left the confined life of the family and chosen the life of a road trip or van life. Of course, the idea is Tyler's, because she was a prisoner and was tortured within the four walls of her family since she was young, and she could never lead an independent life. However, Maddie is not able to fully accept the decision in her heart because she grew up in an orphanage. Her dream was to live a simple life with her children in a small house with the people she loves. But she sold everything for Tyler, and this orange van is now their home sweet home. Of course, Maddie decorated the interior herself. On the way, Maddie wisely bought a satellite communicator so that in case of any danger, in addition to the network, they can call the emergency services through satellite calls. Tyler, of course, hung a St. Christopher's locket on the van for safety. Then the two set out on their dream road trip, the smell of soda and peach from far and wide. This made the fun of this life even more enjoyable. 6 weeks passed like this. Today, they stopped at a beach to rest. Their destination is Chimney Dog, 3.5 hours away. Tyler plans to propose to Maddie there. In the meantime, Maddie has taken a new insistence. There is a famous barbecue next door. It's not bad to go there. But this decision proved to be wrong due to the long traffic jam in the middle of the road. In the meantime, he called to inform him that the barbecue shop was also going to close. Then, when evening fell, he parked the car in the residential area, and while taking out the fresh apples from the Maddie packet and arranging them, he noticed the house in front of him. Everyone was having a happy dinner together at home. This was a dream he had seen since he was a child. Then, to make his heart happy, Tyler proposed to her and said, in the distance, the car's scattered light saw the mysterious man standing in the woods. When Maddie went to call Tyler, the man disappeared before he could turn on the flashlight. After a while, the police arrived at the scene, and Tyler asked Maddie to get in the car and handled the matter alone. But the scary thing is that without Mary's knowledge, the mysterious man was seen standing behind her in the van. His bloodless, terrifying face and indifferent eyes made it clear that this was no ordinary person. However, as soon as Tyler got in the car, the man was no longer visible. Upon reaching the hotel, Mary Dash. She was busy checking the camera footage. Strangely enough, the footage from the moment before the accident had somehow become corrupted. Instead of showing Mary the video, Tyler told her that he planned to go to a van travelers meetup tomorrow, where more people like them would gather. Then, after a whole night of romance, they got ready to leave in the morning. Suddenly, Tyler noticed 3 nail scratches on their car. Although Tyler thought it was normal, Maddie was scared when she saw it, because she had seen these scratches on Lucas's car too. Tyler thought that their car might have been hit by Lucas's car. But don't worry, someone at the van meetup will give a solution. Then they joined the van meetup. Tyler was happy to see a lot of van lifers there. Tyler met a YouTuber named Brad Fuller there, who
Tyler was inspired to start this journey. Meanwhile, Maddie was worried, because the apples he had taken out the day before had strangely arrived. Brad's eyes fell on the scratch. Now, without causing too much trouble about last night, Mary tells the residential. It might be time for parking in the area. Then Brad tells them to park their car outside the 24-hour gym. No one will create a problem with that. Instead, they can use the gym's bathroom. When Brad expresses his desire to see the van from inside, Maddie leaves Tyler with him and goes out to enjoy the place alone. In fact, she can't relate to this life very much, which she can't explain to Tyler either. While wandering around in her mind, she looks at the missing posters, where information is given about dead and missing vanlifers. Seeing these, Mary's thoughts increased. Several questions started coming to mind. In the meantime, she was afraid of 3 nail scratches. Seeing her in such a state, Diana came forward to talk to her. She has been living the road life for the past 20 years. Diana is here to meet her friends. Seeing Maddie, she understands that she is having a hard time adjusting to the new road life. But she reassures him that it is nothing to worry about, because it took her more than 2 months. Hearing this, Mary feels encouraged. Diana says that she is going to Flagstaff, Arizona to her friend's seafood restaurant, which is located almost in the middle of the desert. Diana, she was saying goodbye to him and leaving. Then, Maddie thought about what happened last night and Diana's forehead creased. In a second, her expression changed and she asked Maddie, "Did you stand there?" Maddie was about to say yes. Then Diana said that what you are looking for,